Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Contend against an opponent in a sport, game, or battle. Princeton plays Yale this weekend. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. She plays deaf when the news are bad. Manipulate manually or in one's mind or imagination. She played nervously with her wedding ring. A dramatic work intended for performance by actors on a stage. He wrote several plays but only one was produced on Broadway. The act using a sword, or other weapon, vigorously and skillfully. A weak and tremulous light. The play of light on the water. Gay or light-hearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. It was all done in play. Activity by children that is guided more by imagination than by fixed rules. Freud believed in the utility of play to a small child. Consider not very seriously. She plays with the thought of moving to Tasmania. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. Play a joke. Replay, as a melody. She played the third movement very beautifully. Game. The activity of doing something in an agreed succession. It is still my play. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Stake on the outcome of an issue. She played all her money on the dark horse. An attempt to get something. They made a futile play for power. A deliberate coordinated movement requiring dexterity and skill. The runner was out on a play by the shortstop. Engage in recreational activities rather than work. Occupy oneself in a diversion. On weekends I play. Cause to emit recorded audio or video. I'll play you my favorite record. Movement or space for movement. There was too much play in the steering wheel. Behave carelessly or indifferently. The removal of constraints. They gave full play to the artist's talent. Engage in an activity as if it were a game rather than take it seriously. They played games on their opponents. The act of playing for stakes in the hope of winning, including the payment of a price for a chance to win a prize. There was heavy play at the blackjack table. Verbal wit or mockery, often at another's expense but not to be taken seriously. In games or plays or other performances, the time during which play proceeds. Rain stopped play in the fourth inning. Play a role or part. Gielgud played Hamlet. Act or have an effect in a specified way or with a specific effect or outcome. This factor played only a minor part in his decision. A preset plan of action in team sports. The coach drew up the plays for her team. A state in which action is feasible. The ball was still in play. A theatrical performance of a drama. The play lasted 2 hours. Be at play. Be engaged in playful activity. Amuse oneself in a way characteristic of children. The kids were playing outside all day. Behave in a certain way. Play safe. Be performed or presented for public viewing. What's playing in the local movie theater? Bet or wager, money. He played $20 on the new horse. Cause to move or operate freely within a bounded space. The engine has a wheel that is playing in a rack. Discharge or direct or be discharged or directed as if in a continuous stream. Play water from a hose. Emit recorded sound. The tape was playing for hours. Employ in a game or in a specific position. They played him on first base. Exhaust by allowing to pull on the line. Play a hooked fish. Make bets. Play the casinos in Trouville. Move or seem to move quickly, lightly, or irregularly. The spotlights played on the politicians. Participate in games or sport. We played hockey all afternoon. Perform music on a musical instrument. He plays the flute. Perform on a certain location. The prodigy played Carnegie Hall at the age of 16. Play on an instrument. The band played all night long. Pretend to be somebody in the framework of a game or playful activity. Let's play like I am mommy. Put a card or piece into play during a game, or act strategically as if in a card game. He is playing his cards close to his chest. Shoot or hit in a particular manner. She played a good backhand last night. Use or move. I had to play my queen. Use to one's advantage. She plays on her client's emotions. Utilization or exercise. The play of the imagination. Contend against an opponent in a sport, game, or battle. Come upon, as if by accident, meet with. A casual meeting with a person or thing. Experience as a reaction. A hostile disagreement face to face. Come together. A casual or unexpected convergence. There was a brief encounter in the hallway. Be beset by. A minor short-term fight. Contend against an opponent in a sport, game, or battle. Experience as a reaction. Collect in one place. A meeting at which a number of athletic contests are held. Be adjacent or come together. Undergo or suffer. Meet a violent death. Fill, satisfy or meet a want or need or conscient RO restriction. Does this paper meet the requirements for the degree? Come together. I'll probably see you at the meeting. Be in direct physical contact with, make contact. Being precisely fitting and right. It is only meet that she should be seated first. Get together socially or for a specific purpose. Meet by design. Be present at the arrival of. Can you meet me at the train station? Contend against an opponent in a sport, game, or battle. Admit into a group or community. Take on a certain form, attribute, or aspect. Take on titles, offices, duties, responsibilities. Accept as a challenge. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. Function as or act like. This heap of stones will act as a barrier. Manipulate manually or in one's mind or imagination. Deprive of by deceit. Manipulate manually or in one's mind or imagination. Don't fiddle with the screws. Bowed stringed instrument that is the highest member of the violin family. This instrument has 4 strings and a hollow body and an unfretted fingerboard and is played with a bow. Play around with or alter or falsify, usually secretively or dishonestly. The reporter fiddle with the facts. Try to fix or mend. She always fiddles with her van on the weekend. Avoid one's assigned duties. Commit fraud and steal from one's employer. Play on a violin. Zuckerman fiddled that song very nicely. Play the violin or fiddle. Manipulate manually or in one's mind or imagination. Any of several breeds of very small dogs kept purely as pets. A copy that reproduces a person or thing in greatly reduced size. An artifact designed to be played with. Behave carelessly or indifferently. Engage in an activity as if it were a game rather than take it seriously. Toy with an idea. A device regarded as providing amusement. Private airplanes are a rich man's toy. A non-functional replica of something else, frequently used as a modifier. A toy stove. A dramatic work intended for performance by actors on a stage. An episode that is turbulent or highly emotional. The literary genre of works intended for the theater. The quality of being arresting or highly emotional. A dramatic work intended for performance by actors on a stage. The act using a sword, or other weapon, vigorously and skillfully. A weak and tremulous light. The shimmer of colors on iridescent feathers. Give off a shimmering reflection, as of silk. Shine with a weak or fitful light. Beech leaves shimmered in the moonlight. A crime, especially a robbery. A playful leap or hop. Gay or lighthearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. A ludicrous or grotesque act done for fun and amusement. Any of numerous plants of the genus Capparis. Jump about playfully. Pickled flower buds used as a pungent relish in various dishes and sauces. Gay or lighthearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. Their frolic in the surf threatened to become ugly. Play boisterously. The children frolicked in the garden. Gay or lighthearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. Play boisterously. The gamboling lambs in the meadows. Gay or lighthearted recreational activity for diversion or amusement. A girl who behaves in a boyish manner. Play boisterously. The toddlers romped in the playroom. An easy victory. Run easily and fairly fast. Win easily. Romp a race. Activity by children that is guided more by imagination than by fixed rules. Any undertaking that is easy to do. Talk or behave amorously, without serious intentions. Consider not very seriously. Waste time. Get busy, don't dally. Behave carelessly or indifferently. Consider not very seriously. Act frivolously. Something of small importance. Waste time. Spend one's time idly or inefficiently. A detail that is considered insignificant. A cold pudding made of layers of sponge cake spread with fruit or jelly. May be decorated with nuts, cream, or chocolate. Bestow a quality on. She brings a special atmosphere to our meetings. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. Bring comments. Be sold for a certain price. Take something or somebody with oneself somewhere. This brings me to the main point. Bring into a different state. Go or come after and bring or take back. Could you bring the wine? Advance or set forth in court. Bring charges. Attract the attention of. Be accompanied by. Can I bring my cousin to the dinner? Cause to come into a particular state or condition. Bring water to the boiling point. Induce or persuade. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. Make uniform. Work the clay until it is soft. Perform as expected when applied. This old radio doesn't work anymore. Be employed. Is your husband working again? Applying the mind to learning and understanding a subject, especially by reading. Mastering a second language requires a lot of work. Have and exert influence or effect. The artist's work influenced the young painter. Make something, usually for a specific function. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. I cannot work a miracle. The occupation for which you are paid. A lot of people are out of work. Cause to work. He is working his servants hard. Find the solution to a problem or question, or understand the meaning of. This unpleasant situation isn't going to work itself out. A product produced or accomplished through the effort or activity or agency of a person or thing. It is not regarded as one of his more memorable works. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. The voting process doesn't work as well as people thought. Use or manipulate to one's advantage. She knows how to work the system. Proceed along a path. Work one's way through the crowd. Prepare for crops. Shape, form, or improve a material. Work stone into tools. A place where work is done. He arrived at work early today. Cause to undergo fermentation. The vintner worked the wine in big oak vats. The total output of a writer or artist, or a substantial part of it. Picasso's work can be divided into periods. Give a workout to. My personal trainer works me hard. Go sour or spoil. The wine worked. Activity directed toward making or doing something. She checked several points needing further work. Arrive at a certain condition through repeated motion. The stitches of the hem worked loose after she wore the skirt many times. Behave in a certain way when handled. This dough does not work easily. Cause to operate or function. This pilot works the controls. Exert oneself by doing mental or physical work for a purpose or out of necessity. I will work hard to improve my grades. Gratify and charm, usually in order to influence. The political candidate worked the crowds. Move in an agitated manner. His fingers worked with tension. Move into or onto. Work the raisins into the dough. Operate in a certain place, area, or specialty. She works the nightclubs. Operate in or through. Physics. A manifestation of energy. The transfer of energy from one physical system to another expressed as the product of a force and the distance through which it moves a body in the direction of that force. Work equals force times distance. Proceed towards a goal or along a path or through an activity. Work your way through every problem or task. Provoke or excite. The rock musician worked the crowd of young girls into a frenzy. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. Wreak havoc. Replay, as a melody. Plausible glib talk, especially useful to a salesperson. Speak at great length, about something. To break and turn over earth, especially with a plow. Turn the earth in the spring. Twist suddenly so as to sprain. I turned my ankle and couldn't walk for several days. Pass into a condition gradually, take on a specific property or attribute, become. The weather turned nasty. Cause to move around a center so as to show another side of. Turn a page of a book. Undergo a change or development. The water turned into ice. Let something fall or spill from a container. Turn the flour onto a plate. Cause, a plastic object, to assume a crooked or angular form. The strong man could turn an iron bar. Undergo a transformation or a change of position or action. We turned from socialism to capitalism. Pass to the other side of. Turn the corner. Have recourse to or make an appeal or request for help or information to. She turned to her relatives for help. Turning or twisting around, in place. A favor for someone. He did me a good turn. Change to the contrary. The tides turned against him. Game. The activity of doing something in an agreed succession. It is my turn. A short performance that is part of a longer program. A circular segment of a curve. Sports. A division during which one team is on the offensive. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. A movement in a new direction. The turning of the wind. An unforeseen development. Events suddenly took an awkward turn. The act of changing or reversing the direction of the course. He took a turn to the right. Go sour or spoil. The cream has turned, we have to throw it out. Accomplish by rotating. Turn a somersault. Alter the functioning or setting of. Turn the dial to 10. Become officially 1 year older. She is turning 50 this year. Cause to change or turn into something different. Assume new characteristics. The princess turned the frog into a prince by kissing him. Cause to move along an axis or into a new direction. Turn your face to the wall. Cause to move around or rotate. Turn a key. Change color. In Vermont, the leaves turn early. Change orientation or direction, also in the abstract sense. The mugger turned and fled before I could see his face. Channel one's attention, interest, thought, or attention toward or away from something. The pedophile turned to boys for satisfaction. Direct at someone. She turned a smile on me. Get by buying and selling. The company turned a good profit after a year. Move around an axis or a center. The wheels are turning. Shape by rotating on a lathe or cutting device or a wheel. Turn the legs of the table. Taking a short walk out and back. We took a turn in the park. The act of turning away or in the opposite direction. He made an abrupt turn away from her. To send or let go. They turned away the crowd at the gate of the governor's mansion. Perform on a stage or theater. Perform on a stage or theater. The money risked on a gamble. Have faith or confidence in. You can bet on that. Maintain with or as if with a bet. I bet she will be there. Stake on the outcome of an issue. I bet $100 on that new horse. The act of gambling. He did it on a bet. The money risked on a gamble. Maintain with or as if with a bet. Stake on the outcome of an issue. The act of gambling. Bridge. The number of tricks a bridge player is willing to contract to make. Propose a payment. Ask someone in a friendly way to do something. A formal proposal to buy at a specified price. An attempt to get something. He made a bid to gain attention. An authoritative direction or instruction to do something. Invoke upon. Bid farewell. Ask for or request earnestly. The prophet bid all people to become good persons. Make a demand, as for a card or a suit or a show of hands. Make a serious effort to attain something. His campaign bid for the attention of the poor population.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.